Good morning. We're all set up here at camp. Got the bikes all out. We are in the middle of a field, as you can tell. We've arrived for the Get On ADV Fest presented by Revzilla. Last night was our first night staying in the middle of a field. So my goal in this video is to bring you guys along and experience the ADV Fest. Hopefully I get to test ride a couple bikes. Yeah, stick around, have a good time. Let's do some stuff. We are on a Pan America. Look at this. Jess is in front of me on the Himalayan, and we're gonna go try a little loop together, try to stick together. It's definitely a lot more horsepower than Gordita. Hopefully the wind noise isn't too bad either, because out here there is nothing. But no, honestly, like this bike ergonomically, it's not too different from my Sportster, because again, I modeled a lot of what I did on my Sportster after this bike. My bike just doesn't have all the technology, the nice engine, and it's also a lot skinnier in the middle, so it's easier to stand up on. This is so big, but I get it. Like, you can stand up on it and you can hug it, and it feels really appropriate, and the bars are like in the perfect location. This is actually really comfortable. But I mean, it still is like a 500-pound bike. Like, that's the theme though. Like, you guys, I've said it before, like, I wasn't ignorant about my Sportster. I knew that thing was not made for the dirt. But that was the fun of just like messing with it. And this is going to be better in every single way conceivable. I know that. I understand that. We're really taking it pretty easy at this event, I'm going to be honest. Like, we're doing a lot of the beginner trails and stuff just to kind of see the lay of the land, actually hit some of the trails. But we're not trying to overdo it, because we're going to be here for the next 3 weeks all the way up to Sturgis. So we're trying to play it really safe, not get ourselves hurt, because after this event we still have a lot of travel time that we plan on doing. I will say, like, out west, it's kind of funny. I don't want this to sound the wrong way, but Jess kept asking me, like, oh, what do you think of the West? What do you think of the scenery? And people keep asking me this too. I'm like, I still feel like I'm in Ohio. And they just kind of gawk at me when I say that, but it's like, no, seriously, it's like Ohio is so vast. Like, the Northwest is the flat plains, and then it goes all the way down into the hills of the foothills of the Appalachians with like caves and everything down near the Southeast. We are so diverse in Ohio. But I will admit, it's the mountains that really separate them from us. So, and again, this is the furthest west I've ever been, so every time I drive another mile west, it's...
If I take one more step, it'll be the farthest away from home I've ever been.
Anyways, back to the bike. I mean, it's got plenty of power. It handles fine. It feels lighter in the front end than my Sportster, which is kind of nice. But that whole sensation that I used to complain about with my bike, the way the front end feels loose, I gotta be honest, it still feels like this. So I'm gonna chalk that up to it's my inexperience as a gravel rider, off-road rider, whatever you want. I just need more seat time, because it's like, guys, I am a beginner. I don't even consider myself like experienced. I mean, even Jess said she doesn't have that many dirt miles under her belt, and I have a few more. The fact that I tried to do stupid stuff on a Sportster doesn't make me really any better, you know. I just learned that I probably need to get a lighter bike to experience more and actually train on my skills. But I mean, yeah, the Pan Am, what can I say? It's a better bike than Gordita. Look wise, I don't know. I like the way Gordita looks. But no, this is a good looking bike, and it feels nice. It really does. Oh, and I do have to say a huge, massive thank you to the Buffalo Chip and to Revzilla for having us come out here and participate in this event, and even putting this entire event on. This is definitely kick-ass, and I would love to come back in the future with actual like adventure bike or off-road bike and really do a lot more here than what I'm doing on this trip. I mean, right now I'm just here saying hello to people, shaking babies, kissing hands, all that good jazz, and trying out these beautiful adventure bikes. So again, just thank you to all of them, Rever, for them mapping out all these courses and everything for people to participate in. It's been absolutely fantastic, and I've really enjoyed meeting people, sharing stories, and just hearing about everybody's trip coming up here. So again, hopefully this isn't a one-time deal for me. I'd love to come back out. So I guess we're going to cruise along here and enjoy this little easy going route down these gravel roads, enjoy the scenery, and I'll catch up with you then. We find ourselves on a new trail called, I believe it's called Fort Meade Way. It's all pretty hard packed out here. No, it's kind of nice. A little dusty though. Close my visor. But rather than like actual gravel and gratuitous amounts of it like in Ohio, a lot of it here is pretty hard pack, and it's a little more silty actually. It's a little finer, more like pebbles, like very tiny pebbles. So I don't know if that's even more terrifying than gravel, but yeah. See, I still think I want a lighter bike to do this, because I was actually riding the Himalayan earlier this morning, and that bike probably has 100 pounds less over this, and you can definitely tell it. And what I'm looking for is something that has almost 100 pounds less than that. So I'm really looking for something in the mid 300s, I think. Damn, bud, that's pretty sick. So here is all of the fest right here with Harley Davidson, Triumph, CF Moto, Zero, I forget who else now. All kinds of vendors. The Biltwell truck, that's cool. So these are actually the RV campgrounds. This is all tent campground. You just find a spot over there and hang out. And let's see here. Oh, it's a field. Look at this. Wow, I wonder if they put people all the way out here. It looks like there might be a adventure riding class happening out here, which they do those. They do offer them, which is nice. You there? I think we just crashed a class as well. This actually isn't that bad. Yeah. Oh wow, that is a steep hill over there. He took a long fall down a grassy knoll, that's for sure. That's even got me scared. And this is easy. Let's watch this guy. I want to see how these guys go up. Shit. Oh wow. Okay. All right, yeah. That was really good. Holy shit. The bike just kind of carried me. I barely felt it slip at the end, but it did it effortlessly. Okay, I just earned a whole new level of respect for this. Hey, if we can do that, we could do, because they said that's harder than the easy route, or very similar, but that doesn't mean I want to do it. Well, it is the next day, and I'm on a different bike, as you can tell. This is the CF Moto Ibex 800. But anyways, I'm going to put a couple miles on this, and I'll come back and kind of give you a little more feedback. I don't want to say too much on first impressions right now, because I've only got like a mile on this bike so far. Yeah, I don't know what it is. The bike just kind of feels a little bit more willing to slide out on me. Oh, and the throttle. The throttle's very responsive. I wish there was a way to tone that back, because I'm also in rain mode. And there's only two modes, rain and sport, so maybe if I drop down a gear, maybe it'll smooth out a little bit. The bike just feels like it wants to go. Personally, I'm not a big fan of drive-by-wire. I don't think a lot of people get it right. And I think this is one of those times where it just kind of, it would take you a couple miles to get used to. And also, I don't have a lot of experience with these. So 20 at 25. Okay. She gets a little buzzy past like 7 grand. You can really feel it, which, I mean, that's probably pretty typical. I've never really ridden a motorcycle that revs that high, honestly. Well, I'm about back to the chip after this little route. I only did about 45 miles or so, give or take. Not as long as the Pan Am, honestly. I just don't think this one's really for me. But then again, neither is the Pan Am. Like I said before, I'm really looking for a bike in the very lightweight category in a way. But I just had to try this one out. It was very comparable to the Pan America, and it seems very capable. I just got to get out and try more bikes, get some experience under my belt, figure out what I do like and what I don't like. Always keep that in mind with my opinions. Don't take them too seriously. Always be able to make your own opinions and your own judgment calls on motorcycles that suit you best. So this is exactly what I love about this event, and also you subscribers that really support me, follow me, encourage me. You guys are awesome. So this is actually a subscriber that follows Jess and I. His name is Dan. This is his personal DR650 that he has been ripping out here the last, 3 days now on the most difficult trails. And the first day I ran into him, he wanted me to ride his DR650, because that's what I've been talking about. That's what I've been leaning towards getting. Finally today, he said, get on it, take it for a ride. So this thing is legit basically what I'm looking to get. It's got a stock exhaust, it's got a jet kit on it, it's got the Acheribus 5-gallon fuel tank, it's got a nice windshield, it's got an upgraded seat, it's got good skid plate. It's on proper knobbies. Like, I'm out here in the middle of nowhere currently. Just actually, Sturgis is just over that hill. I took it on the highway. I did 70 miles an hour on these knobbies, and it tracked fantastic. So far, I'm impressed by this bike. The actual seating position feels very much kind of like the Himalayan. It is slightly taller because of the seat height. I believe they said about 32 inches. I could probably lower it if I wanted to, because right now I'm on the balls of my toes, which evidently that's what they want you to be. I just want to say, like, I'm so grateful that I have people that are willing to hand me their bike and go try this. It's awesome. So I'm just out here getting a feel for it, figuring out if this is what I like. And honestly, it really does. It feels like the Himalayan. It sounds like the Himalayan. It's very light. It's so light. It's great. And it tracks so good. Like, I've been doing like 45, 50 miles an hour down this road. So I know this video is getting long, and I know a lot of people have already clicked off. If you're still watching, I really appreciate it. Thank you. And this weekend has just been really incredible for me to really experience adventure bikes and a wide array of bikes, and talking to people and meeting fans of the channel for Jess and I don't want to, like, you know, spill the beans or anything, but this is kind of what I'm looking at getting next, honestly. It's very basic, very simple. There's lots of them out there. It's kind of like the Swiss Army knife for what I want to use it for. So what I'm looking for is something that I can travel the interstate or back roads with to get to adventure routes in Ohio, and then make my way through the trails on something that is manageable, reliable, and is light enough for me to pick up and when I drop it. Because, I mean, my back isn't the greatest. I know a lot of you can also relate, and having a lighter bike, you know, if you have to pick it up half a dozen times, it really goes a long way. Even though I truly don't want to wreck, that's another reason why I want a lighter bike, so that I can really kind of manhandle and not throw my back out. Again, just thank you to Dan for letting me take his personal bike out. I'm finally getting to ride a bike that I've been eyeballing, and it's modded the way I would do one. Before this video gets much longer, I'm going to basically call it here. If you have watched this far in this video, I truly appreciate it. Thank you. Again, thank you to the Buffalo Chip and Revzilla and Revermoto for creating this event. All of the other manufacturers coming to support this event, the brands, the fans, it is fantastic. I really do want to come back. I hope I come back. And until next time, you guys take it easy. I'll see you in the next one.